What's going on, y'all? We're Darius the Great here back in for another video, and this time we are here for my review of Wolfman. I almost called it The Wolfman, but that's not this one. I think that was probably the original title for the original movie. This, of course, is the reboot of The Wolfman, the iconic Universal monster movie character, which I'd never seen before. I'd never seen even the 2010 remake of it, so I had no emotional connection towards this IP going into this movie. I know that it's part of the Universal Monsters, and when they had tried to launch their Dark Universe way back when and it crashed and burned with The Mummy, it basically killed any chances of, a Wolfman movie, seemingly. However, I believe his name is Leigh Whannell, the guy behind the Invisible Man movie that came out a few years ago. He's doing this one because that movie was so good. I guess they were just like, hey, you did that with Invisible Man. That was great. Here, do the Wolfman. No connective anything, no cinematic shared universe. Just tell a new story, a new take on Wolfman. And this is completely new because I did do some research after I left the movie on the original Wolfman. I looked at the plot of it, and I was just like, this is very different. There's nothing similar in this movie at all. It's completely original story, starring Christopher Abbott, Julia Gardner, who are two actors I've never seen any of their work before, until I saw this movie. And I thought they're both great. I thought the acting wise, they each did a great job, especially Christopher as the Wolf Man when he was beginning his transformation, which this movie is basically about that, right? It's about the married couple and their daughter go up to Oregon, and they get stuck in this house when a wolf man attacks and infects Christopher. I believe in the movie his name was Blake. Blake gets infected, starts to turn into the Wolf Man, and pretty much this entire movie is the transformation. If you went in here expecting some crazy, Wolfman action, there's some action in there, but this movie is mainly about the transformation. It can be best described as the transformation into Wolfman. I thought this movie was 2 hours, but it's not. It's only 90 minutes, which is not a good thing. A 90-minute movie shouldn't feel like it's 2 hours. It shouldn't feel like it's longer than it was. And that's my biggest critique of this film, is that it was just very long, it felt long because of the pacing. The pacing was very slow. I feel like at times they treaded over ground that they had already gone, over in terms of the transformation. It's both a good thing and a bad thing, right? A positive and a negative. The transformation itself, the slow build towards it in terms of okay, first thing that happens, I'm not going to do this in sequential order, but he begins to hear things much louder than it is, an insect. He can hear how loud it is. It's just you wouldn't, a regular human can't hear that, right? You can't hear a spider crawling up the wall, but he's able to hear that. He starts to his features starts to change, yes, but his hearing, his sense of sight, everything, and they showed this in the trailer, which I completely forgot because I only saw the trailer the one time. His view of the world once he's beginning to change is different. It's brighter, the colors are different, and he even can't hear or understand English anymore. Everything starts coming in wah, 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 wah. Starts sounding like the adults from Charlie Brown. Just wah, 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 wah. It's, and I thought that was really interesting, especially when his wife is trying to communicate with him and tell him everything's gonna be okay, or she's trying to tell him that you're hurt, you're sick, we need to find help, or tell me what's wrong, but he can't tell anything because even when he tries to talk, his voice it's completely different. He's talking all just it's that stuff I thought was great. That was probably the best part of the movie, along with the direction in terms of darkness. There were times in the movie where it's dark and I'm just it's so dark I can barely see anything, but then wait a minute, what's that right there? Is there something standing right there? Or did something just move over there? Was that the Wolfman? What was that? Is my eyes playing tricks on me here? I thought that was masterfully done. There's I don't want to give it away because like the scene itself is like actually pretty damn crazy. Like once you get the full reveal of it, but like there's a scene where like you know, oh something that you didn't know was there was actually there. I'll say that much, and it was very effective. But those are like the two best parts of the movie, along with again the acting, especially Christopher Abbott. You know, the ferocity, like he was able to convey that the transformation was like painful. Like you could tell it was painful. Like he was very uncomfortable. You know, like his whole demeanor changed, and I will say negatives in terms of the pacing, a big negative, but there also are some choices some characters make in this movie. And you know, when it comes to horror movies, characters always make stupid choices. But when there's a kid involved, I feel like you have less leeway to make stupid choices because a kid is involved. Your child is involved. So you need to make smarter decisions. And like especially as like moms, like you always hear the story, oh like you know, a mom will lift up a car if her child is stuck under it. You know, that type of stuff. That type of stuff needs to really kick in. I feel like it rarely kicked in this movie. Like when the transformation starts and like dude starts freaking like this like biting himself just, at that point there's no you know, stay with us, come on honey, but we're gonna, you know, get you some help. Nah, it's even if you don't know that, even if you don't have the inkling that he's turning into a werewolf, you have the inkling that something is seriously wrong. He's turning into something. Let me get my daughter, let's get the hell out of here. That doesn't happen enough in this movie for me. But yeah, I gotta say I was disappointed. I know a lot of reviews came out very negative about this movie. I didn't hate the movie. I just thought it was very like, you know, there's like a couple seats next to me, like as the credits were hitting and they got up and went past me, I could just I heard the husband go, it's a trash ass movie. I was just like, I don't know if I call it trash. That was alright. Another negative I just thought about. The design of the Wolfman is trash, actually. Like, that part's trash. The design of him doesn't even look like a wolf man. Like, he just looks like an ugly, sweaty, hairy dude. And I see enough of that in Florida as is. So, like, it didn't really scream wolf. It didn't scream werewolf. It didn't even scream dog. It was just kind of just like, that's the design you went with. Like, you go and look at the other, like, you go look at the original, even the 2010 remake. I saw the pictures of it. It's just like full wolf, you know, mane and beard and hair. Like, yeah, I know they're trying to go for like a more modern, I don't even want to say realistic, you know, take on it, but similar to the Invisible Man, where it was a little more modernized. I guess they were trying to go for that, but I could have gone for some more overt wolf, like werewolf looking features. Like even like I don't know if you guys ever played the Quarry, which I actually played on the channel. I did, you know, streams of it. You can actually go, you know, watch all the streams of me playing the Quarry. Like those have werewolves in them, and weirdly enough, I feel like those were kind of better looking werewolves than in this movie, even though they don't look like werewolves at all. They look more like the Wendigo from Until Dawn. But anyway, I had to say, all in all, this movie, it's all right. It definitely was not The Invisible Man, because The Invisible Man, I watched that the first time, I was blown away. Like, I was on the edge of my seat the whole time watching that film. I wasn't necessarily like that in this one. That film had way better pacing, and is directed by the same guy, so I think he also wrote The Invisible Man as well. I could be wrong, but if he wrote both of them, this one was just, you know, a bad day at the office, I'd say. And it's a shame, because I really like that movie. Final score, I give it somewhat of like a 2.75 out of 5. That's kind of where I'm sitting at right now. Maybe a 3, but 2.75 sounds about right. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. If you have seen The Wolfman, drop your little mini review in the comments, man. Tell me if you liked it, if you hated it, or if you're somewhere in the middle where I'm sort of am. I'm just like, I don't love it, don't hate it, just, you know, it's not gonna take much space up in my mind like The Invisible Man did. While you're doing that, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, man. Join the cause. Help me out to reach 800 subscribers. That's the next little sub goal. All right, leave a like in the video. Tell YouTube you like what you saw. Hit the notification bell so you know every time I upload a new video or we're live. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.